I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of all these women accusing me of being dirty and not clean just because I fuck around. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to be a health-conscious fuckboy and prevent you and your partners from getting STIs, first and foremost, and more importantly, doing so in a way that actually makes you look more attractive. My name is Stirling Cooper. I'm an award-winning adult film star, former high-class male companion, and I'm here to help you improve your sex life. So you can be a player and be health-conscious at the same time. And in fact, if you're able to demonstrate that you are health-conscious, if you're able to demonstrate that you are clean and take care and take sexual health seriously, it actually makes you more viable as that booty call fuckboy in her contact list. And it also demonstrates that you clearly have options and abundance if that's the kind of game that you are looking to play with women. If that's the kind of option you want them to consider you as. So the first thing I'll say is have condoms at the ready, everywhere. So what do I mean by that? For example, in my house, I have condoms in my bathroom. I have condoms in my bedroom, in the drawers next to my bed. I have condoms in the guest bathroom, in the guest bedroom. I have condoms in the goddamn kitchen. I have condoms strategically placed in drawers all around the fucking house. The reason for that is, if I happen to bring a girl home and we have to get hot and heavy, basically anywhere I have sex with her in this apartment, there is a condom within arm's reach. What does that communicate? One, that I'm prepared and I'm health conscious and I'm actually taking care of my sexual health and her sexual health. But also it subtly, well maybe not so subtly, demonstrates that I do this often. It demonstrates that she ain't the first, this ain't my first rodeo, let's just say that much. So it's a positive and a negative, which is actually, it's giving her two kind of juxtaposing emotions at the same time. One of safety and one of, damn, I can't lock this guy down because he's a complete player. Another really clear-cut way for you to demonstrate that you're a health-conscious player, but you obviously fuck around a bit, is to be clean and sterile with your sex toys. So what do I mean by that? So for example, actually a perfect example, right here. This old bad boy, the Hitachi, that I will occasionally whip out and use on suspecting young women. And this is actually a tip I picked up from the adult industry. Every time I use this on a new girl, I put a condom over the head of it, right? Every time I use it on a new chick. What does that communicate? When a woman sees me pull out, she sees me pull out a sex toy, cool, and me and her aren't in a relationship, all right? So she knows I have this shit on standby to use on women. Cool, that's the first thing it demonstrates. Two, I then pull out a condom and strap a condom to the head of that thing. That communicates that I am not only, actually, forget my health consciousness, I'm conscious about her sexual health, because if she knows I've used this on other girls before and I'm putting a goddamn condom over it, you're like, this guy knows what the hell he's doing. He's kind of professional about it. He's very health conscious, safety conscious. I can now engage in this sexual activity with him with zero fear that I'm putting my sexual health at risk in any way, shape, or form. Another great thing to do is to sterilize your sex toys. So have either HIPAA or HIPAA is like the industry standard. It's a very, very high-end, like hospital grade disinfectant. Or you could just use basic alcohol wipes. But to wipe down your sex toys, if you have riding crops, wipe those down. Use condoms, by the way, on any vibrators or dildos that you might also use on a woman. So I use it on Hitachi. If you happen to have a vibrator or dildo that you like to use at the same time, while you're playing with a girl, put condoms on those before you use them on a girl. And then wipe them down and sterilize them afterwards. Wipe down and sterilize your floggers, your riding crops, your handcuffs. I have a BDSM horse that I'll wipe down and sterilize down after the fact. These kind of things, and make sure she sees you doing it too. There's a reason you do that. It's to emphasize this idea of oh, he fucks around, but at least I'm safe with him. I ain't got to worry about this guy giving me an STI because he's clearly health conscious. If a girl ever brings up the idea of you not being clean, obviously, if you've already had sex or you're about to have sex or whatever, let her inspect your dick. I'm serious about that. Take a look. Because we've all kind of seen pictures of STDs, STIs in sex ed class, so you kind of have a general idea. Okay, if there's blisters there, it's probably a bad thing. If there's pus, it's probably a bad thing. So she might not be a health expert, but she's got some general idea of what an unhealthy, infected dick would probably look like. So, all right, look at it. Let her inspect, and then inspect her pussy. Inspect it for any lesions or things as well. That's also doing you a giant favor as well, just in case she might have had something you weren't aware of it. One of the easiest things that you can do if you want to be a health-conscious fuckboy is to get an STI test regularly. So in my industry, in the adult entertainment industry, we get STI tests every 14 days. Full panel STI, we're tested for all of our STIs every 14 days. That is why we don't catch anything. Because everybody we're having sex with is getting tested every 14 days. And if someone does test positive for something, they don't shoot with anybody. So it's an exceptionally good system, and it works. And it's worked for years. And it works amongst a relatively big performer population that are all having sex with each other. So if it works for us, it's definitely going to work for you, the average civilian. So maybe you don't have to get tested every 14 days. Get tested every month, every 2 or 3 months. But get tested relatively regularly. Because here's the thing. You can, one, if a girl ever says, "Are you clean?" you can literally whip out an STI test and be like, bam, there's the date, there's my name, blah. And then you can throw it back on her. Where's yours? Where's your most recent test? Because that'll happen. They won't have one. I guarantee you, if a woman says, "Are you clean?" and you pull out a clean STI test, she ain't got one. Not that she's dirty, but it's just some bullshit she's trying to pull on you as a guy. So she won't have one ready to show you. You've just checkmated her. So, having regular STI tests is one, a way of getting around that objection. Two, actually making sure that you are clean and you're not being a dirty bastard running around spreading diseases. And it's just generally a good, healthy habit to get into. Right? Be consciously aware of your sexual health all the time. Now, if you happen to be exceptionally paranoid about one particular STI, that being herpes, you can go ahead and actually get yourself a prescription for it without ever having to go in and get a blood test and actually prove that you have it. It's such a goddamn common medication and such a goddamn common disease that you can actually get prescribed the medication to treat yourself for it, and you can start taking that medication as a preventative when you hook up with girls. Just in case they happen to have it and you weren't aware of it, you can mitigate the chances of you even catching anything at all. Now, the funny thing about herpes is that a lot of people actually have it and they don't even realize it. In fact, you could have herpes. How about you find out right here?